Hey folks. Oh god, I have to keep chopping this up. It's not one thing distracting me, it's another. Definitely can't lose that. I don't know what to go for here. Like, I do feel like I need to rejig my character a bit. But I just don't know in what way, in what regard, what should I do, you know?
What does the foul wind bring us this day?
I
believe you were just leaving.
By the prickling of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Greetings, outsider. I'm told you're heading into Ugdenbog. Brave of you. I was wondering if you could assist us in an important matter while you're out there. What did you have in mind? Matron Malstosia has been reaching out across Cairn, calling witches to gather together in relative safety. Once they arrive, their survival becomes my responsibility, until they get accustomed to life in Ugdenbog. Most of those that Malstosia has been able to commune with have arrived, except for a few stragglers. It's been some time though, and we suspect something has happened to our future sisters. If you find yourself out in Ugdenbog, please look around. See if there are any of them have gotten lost or worse, captured by the Roman cannibals. Even though they are not yet under my care, I feel a certain responsibility to their well-being, but I cannot simply leave the refuge. If you do this for me, I'll see to it that you're amply rewarded with some of our supplies. I'll find the missing sisters. We meet again, friend. Must admit, I had some reservations regarding your unusual state of mind, but you've proven to be understanding of human plights, even compassionate. My sisters will breathe easier knowing that you're willing to see past our craft for the people we are. I'll make sure they hear of it. Do not worry. I'll not speak of your origins to the others. Even though they have endured prejudice in the Empire, they're not entirely free of it themselves. That's sadly a reality of human nature. Just because someone's being given a raw deal doesn't mean they're necessarily, well, ready to embrace all in a life-giving presence. I just really want to steal Pritchard's line, but from Human Revolution. But yeah, just because they've been given a raw deal or fucked over in some ways doesn't necessarily mean they're above that themselves. Everyone has their own pet Satan, you know? It's a work in progress for us all. I know sometimes it feels to myself that it may come off as I'm putting myself as above it all. I'm not in the slightest. I'm as big a prick as anyone else. Just something I acknowledge and pay myself for. That's humanity for you, I suppose. How did you make it all the way here from the Blood Grove? It wasn't simple, I can tell you that. After Mysterious calls became more frequent, I set out east towards the lake. Traveled part of the way by boat, but that dingy thing, that dinghy did not last long in the turbulent waters. Found myself off the coast of Whitemire, nearly drowned. Thankfully, a couple of rovers found me before the slip did. With their help, I recovered quickly and made my way up here. This Molastaria, she called to you. Yes, she's a powerful psychic, nearly burnt at the stake herself for her ability to tap into the Aether. Magnified by the powers of the other witches, Molastaria calls out to anyone with a gift who might hear. The lucky few who interpreted her summons and survived the journey are here. Fascinating. So 2000 XP, 250 Coven Rep. Welcome back. And you can tell me about the area? You probably already had run-ins with cannibals if you're here, so warning about them feels moot. They are by far the most dangerous thing out in Uglinbog. We try to avoid confrontation with the flesh crazed. Although our rapidly failing wards might see us soon may soon see us attacked. Beware the ones who have fully transformed. The ones we call Wendigo, children of Ravager. I'll be careful.
I can smell the questions upon you.
One comes before us who is not ready. Perhaps another day shall rise upon which he will understand. Huh? You pester me, marked one. Begone. She's the one who gives you the quest. I think she's the one who gives you the quest to go fight the ethereal that possessed you originally. She sends something with a similar aura to you, but it isn't you. Coven Hexer, human level 55. I know, whatever way that is, it just makes me think like you can actually throw down with these people. Also, hidden spoils in a place. One who toys with the dead. Your reputation precedes you. My reputation. Yes, the treads bring word of your deeds in Devil's Crossing and beyond, but be careful. You're not caught in the spider's grasp. Well, what does that mean? Fair warning, all that is done here is seen and heard. Be wise to tread carefully. What is this place? This place was once a gathering for beings of this place was once a place of gathering for beings of unfathomable power. Now it serves as a lowly refuge for what remains of this coven. Isn't it dangerous out here? Indeed, a great deal of effort is spent protecting this place. You may see signs of our labor in the wards and traps that surround the coven. What was that about my reputation? I'll be going now. Whispers from beyond. The words were subtle at first, like an itch in the back of my mind. They were garbled, impossible to make out their meaning, but they would not relent. It became an insistent distraction, calling much like Malstori's message that once beckoned me to this place. Except while the matron came to me in my dreams, these words are without respite, without end. I feel my attention waning when performing even rudimentary tasks. At times, one voice would rise above the rest in the maddening chorus, and then I could deduce its meaning. Its clarity never lasted long, and soon the chorus would resume. Never would the same voice again gain power over the others. Each time it was as if another sought my ear. They spoke of webs and spiders, and places I have never seen nor heard. They spoke of webs and spiders and places I've never seen nor heard of. Sometimes they woke me in terror as they screamed of fire and vengeance, unlike the world I'd ever seen. I spoke of this to the matron, and her eyes would dart quickly towards old Ruga before staring into mine. She tried to console me as the best she could, but we both know what fate awaits those. She tried to console me as best she could, but we both knew what fate awaits those born with this curse. I only wish I could derive some meaning from the darkness before the madness claims my soul. Seems, however, that it is not to be. This guy's note. Webs, spiders. It's from the sounds of it, he's been whispered to by one of the witch gods. You know, she had a connection of spies everywhere, and there was the whole spider aesthetic. And she was saying it would be a shame to lose a legend like Ogrim. Okay, I'm gonna look this up, because having chests like this in a place is suspicious to me. I know, I feel like they'll be angry if I actually take this stuff. No, I don't see it on here. Monster levels, 38 to 65, 68 to 80, 82 to 120. 120? Total level cap was 100. Damn, if it's 120. Oof. Like, damn, if you can only go up to 100 and still face enemies of 120. Oof. That's burly. I sense you travel far. I wonder in your travels, have you been to Fort Valbury? Um, do you know of its fate? It was my home once, but now it is hidden from me. I no longer see it in my dreams. I'm sorry, I've not been there. I feel that something horrible happened there, something I just barely evaded. But I fled the city, I could see it in my dreams for a time. But now it is shrouded in mist and fire. I've hidden from view as if it never existed. I fear what began there may be the end of us all. You said you escaped the city. Yes, before the grim dawn. I fled from Port Valbury and headed for the Ugdenbog. This time, this place, this refuge, called to me, though I did not know it existed at the time. You're safe here, but beware in your travel, stranger. I will, thank you. Word of caution, stranger. A deceptive spirit has tainted these lands, seeks only to corrupt and consume. A spirit. The Wendell corrupts those who fall prey to its trickery, consumes those who too weaken to defend themselves. Take care in who you trust out there. What's it like living out here? It is as you expect, lonely and dangerous. The others trouble themselves with threats here in the bog, but I cast my gaze beyond. Cast your gaze beyond. So secluded from the rest of the world, it is too easy for us to focus on what happens here in our little refuge, forget of what is happening in the rest of Cairn. When I stand here at the circle of sight, I see darkness gathering strength in the north. Our enemies are preparing. We should too. What do you see? I see a vast expanse of Aetherfire, blanketing the land as far as the eye can see. I see a city in ruins, its people shattered, clinging to a meager existence. Mere moments of this destruction is more than I can bear to witness. Be easy. I'm sorry to have disturbed you. You still grumpy? Sister Greta has instructed me to aid you in return for your efforts. I've used the Heart of Caraxes to prepare a restorative salve. Sounds good to me. This loan should be sufficient payment, but I've been instructed to offer my help if you need it in the future. However, the salve takes time to prepare. Now leave me. I must return to my work. It is my charge to prepare all materials and rituals used by the Coven. As you might imagine, this takes a great deal of concentration. He can heal you. I rarely need that. Unless that's this place's way of boosting your constitution. At some stage, I'll come here on Ultimate Edition and finally get that quest the other one's referencing. You know, someday. Christ. Army feels that I should switch back to the other skill, if only because, like, I'm more focused on lightning than cold. So it'll benefit more from that. Like, it'll just be a more potent thing. I don't know, I'm not sure. Plus, I know, it feels like there's more of an oomph to it. These Wendigo, or are these something else? Oh yes, your wards are doing so well. Actually, you know, shoving it up this thing's ass. Tyraxia's entrance. Seen that name floating around before, I think. Well, I actually have been to Port Valbury, I just haven't been into it proper. But I think I've been near enough to it to say with some degree of certainty that, shit's fucked, man. Oh. So yeah, those things just sprout back to life. You kill a plant, they spawn up from it. Looks like another bit of the statue we saw earlier. The thorns along the band draw blood, but that seems to revitalize the vines. Tree to retribution. Not sure what retribution is. Like, it's obviously a skill, but I'm not sure for what class. I don't know most skills. Yeah, mostly bonuses that would favor Shaman, I think. So, to have both my abilities Shaman would probably be for the best. Still, the ability is serving me well. Ooh. Leaf Mane Alpha Horn. Still intact despite the heavy scratches, likely from relentless competition for Alpha status. Those two, these two golems came up together. Three, actually. Looked very weird. Like a really weird, oddly shaped being. Oh, actually, these are like the Mountain Yeti. The Force Yeti.
My inventory is full.
I was wondering when this would happen. But anyway, she seemed, the other one seemed to know of Algrim. And was, you know, willing to, you know, it would be a shame to lose such a legend. And comments like that got me. Oh, they want beasts dead too? Huh. Well, she clearly knows the dude. But, new quests? New quest and new quests. Oh. And new quests here. But, yeah, anyway, yeah, she clearly knows the dude, but how? Like, did she ever meet him? Does she just know him from, you know, magical means? I wonder. But anyway, another faction that hates beasts. Not much is known about the mysterious. You know what? Let's start from here. I actually read that recently. Foolishly and greedily did the Arcanus of Cairn delve into the magical veil known as the Aether, everyone suspecting that something was looking back. The Ethereals descend upon Cairn in what is now known as the Grim Dawn, possessing countless humans and butchering the rest. Most despicably of all, it began raising the fallen as mutated undead creatures, mindless foot soldiers for their invasion. Their very presence on Cairn is enough to mutate the wildlife, turning once docile creatures to ferocious monstrosities. But most strange of all is their apparent hatred for Cantonians, as they battle against the horrors of the void at every opportunity. Creatures of fur and claw, of skill and venom, of carapace and spine, they are all part of Cairn, and though one of the most brutal and true to one of the most brutal laws of nature, survival of the fittest, become stronger with each generation. Whether through the forces of nature or the ignorant machinations of mankind, beasts of Cairn will endure, become stronger, fiercer, and bolder. Cantonians, horrors from the void, are the things of nightmares. Prior to the Grim Dawn, Cantonians would only be seen upon Cairn following an arcane ritual gone wrong, or at the beckoning of a powerful sorcerer. Despite an effort to exterminate the practice, the cult has formed around blood rituals. The worship of Cthonic beings. Members of the cult have been overheard chanting one name in particular, Cthon. With the world in disarray, the cult has grown strong, gathering new followers desperate for answers in a world that no longer makes sense. Chthonians and their loyal cult appear to be at odds with the Ethereals, eagerly harvesting helpless humans for blood so the Ethereals cannot use them as vessels. Not much is known about the mysterious Coven of Ugdenbog, a congregation of witches and warlocks. The Coven seeks to shield its persecuted brothers and sisters from a society that does not understand and thus, often rightly, fears their powers. Having successfully evaded the pursuit of the Empire's Luminari for decades, the witches created a place of respite deep within the treacherous Ugdenbog, a place not even their determined pursuers dare tread. This comes with its own dangers, however. Those who found refuge within the coven must remain ever vigilant, as new threats, whether from lost travellers stumbling upon their hideout or the deadly wildlife of the bog itself, continue to arise. Worse still, there are secrets within the bog that even the coven avoids, lest the mistakes of the past be repeated, and the Luminari rediscover their trail. Unlike most gangs of roaming bandits, Cronley's gang appears to be highly organised and heavily armed, answering only to their self-proclaimed leader, Darius Cronley. Having escaped Devil's Crossing prison following the chaos that ensued after the Grim Dawn, these criminals are now intent on taking the one place in the world that once denied them their freedom. Members of Cronley's gang are sadistic, violent, and prone to acts of aggression against their fellow humans, epitomizing that perhaps the greatest threat to humanity is humanity itself. Survivors. That word is often used to describe the hardy denizens of Devil's Crossing, the men and women who made it through the Grim Dawn to form a small community within the ruins of an abandoned prison. They've seen too many friends and family lost to the Taken, those found possessed by the Ethereals. Earning their trust will prove no easy task, but with supplies running low and a looming ethereal threat on the horizon, they may just be willing to take a chance. Whenever trouble would strike the northern farmlands, the farmers and their families would rally at Homestead. The sense of community has proven more important than ever as humanity faces extinction. With assistance from the Black Legion, Homestead was turned into a veritable fortress, a place of relative safety in a world ravaged by death, with powerful enemies encroaching from every direction, as some are beginning to wonder if entrenching in a fixed location was a wise decision. With the Black Legion, while the Black Legion obsesses over the Ethereals and the Chontians, the people of Homestead are focused on a threat much closer to home: the voracious Damphirian swarm, which has spread rampantly and now infests their abandoned fields. Caiman's Chosen are the zealous followers of Damphirian, the Lightbringer, whom they believe will return to Karn in blazing glory and guide his Chosen into a new dawn of order and prosperity. By a charismatic preacher known as Father Caiman, and guarded by their faith. The Chosen are eager to stamp out all corruption from Karn, whether it is to vile Chthonic horrors or death manipulating necromancers. To this end, they consider ridding the world of the world of the Order of Death's Vigil to be one of their utmost priorities. The Order of Death's Vigil represents the last connection to the nearly lost art of necromancy. Precious knowledge is passed down to its members from their Grandmaster, or Borik. Members of the Order do not fear death. Instead, they embrace all of its harsh lessons, believing that through mastery of death, they become more in tune with the world itself. Having faced persecution at the hands of the Empire for centuries, the Order is no stranger to prejudice and controversy, but they had never met a foe as relentless as Caiman's Chosen. The Chosen, concerned only with purging Karn of corruption, view the Order as a travesty that must be purged. The Wani, or rovers as they are commonly called, are a group of people without a permanent home. To them, the open road is the only home they'll ever need, travelling the world of Karn in a lifelong pilgrimage to cleanse themselves of worldly temptations and the corruption of civilization. Much of their history has been lost to the ages, and most cultures consider them to be little more than vagrants and petty thieves. Rovers abhor violence and will try to avoid it at any cost, which has often led to abuse at the hands of more violent individuals. The Black Legion are the Imperium's elite, the Death's bannermen sent forth to act out the Emperor's will with great prejudice. Legends of their valor intermingle with equally common tales of their cruelty and violence. Regardless of whether they are respected or feared, the Black Legion was the only Imperial regiment to escape the fallen capital following the Grim Dawn, and may now represent the only hope humanity has left of fighting back. Not much is known by the enigmatic Anastasia, or why she knows so much about the Ethereals and their plans. She seemingly arrived out of nowhere, providing the Black Legion with information on enemy activity that has saved precious lives. Man and the Legion have branded her a witch, and would gladly see her burnt at the stake, despite Inquisitor Creed's insistence that she be kept alive. Many tragic tales are told about the undead eternally roaming the ruins of Arkovia. Some believe them to be spirits trapped within the mortal realm, unable to cross over into their promised afterlife. Others claim them to be the work of vile necromancy, a legion of undead cursed to serve a cruel master. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between. One thing everyone can agree upon is that the undead are extremely dangerous to the living. As such, looting their forgotten ruins is considered to be an ill-advised pursuit. So, there's a lot of reading. It's gone
I
midnight.
can't carry anymore.
Oh, I never actually did this. Typical.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Damn, that's a really pro-cunning kind of belt. I do need to upgrade from what I have. But the homebrew potion is so nice. Only offers me actually a slight increase on health. Which is actually impressive given the... Oh, actually it's not. This isn't... Does cunning not offer much health? Doesn't seem so, I guess. Physique offers a lot more. I'll hold on to for the time being. The bloodshot eye stares eagerly at your prey. Shrewd Wendigo glare fortitude. 3 to shattering smash and bonus extra damage to it as well. 50 physique, 8% cunning. Now, on that Legion. Yeah, I get rid of it. Ah, yes, this was what I was going to slap on. Yeah, I'll hold on to those. Not next, no, 2 levels from now. That's a quest item.
Put it to good use.
Alright, let's head back. Wonder what is going on at Barrowhome, given that you get a choice of being hostile with them or not. Stole the bit off the other thing. Wonder what that's about. Let's not go too far that way. Let's. I want to try and have like an equal search. Just means I don't have to come back later on and do it. Let's get it all done now. Janaxia's den. Okay, this is not what I was expecting. I was actually expecting a house. That was cooperative with the vines. Okay. Janaxia the Betrayer. This slab, doesn't this look like a Chontic one? So some of these bodies end up, I don't know, make me think of Tiro bits, but I think that's, you know, rotten corpse for you. Homestead rep. Very good. No idea what's going on here, but yeah, apparently Janaxia has betrayed people. Good to know. Keep that in mind next time I'm thinking about trusting someone called Janaxia. You sound like a villain from a fancy game. I don't trust you. Okay. I was actually trying to spell a word here. I think they were asking for ice. Huh. Unless I needed some for their coke. Oh, more of this statue. What is it with people building statues in swamps? Oh, I suppose it's not like anyone's building anything else here. No, it's free real estate. That's dramatic. crap. Did not want or mean to eat that. If I keep going this way, it might loop around. Nice. I wonder why their mark is undead. It's an odd one. When they go ancient. Oh, that didn't help it out much. Ooh, secret. 5 full rates. Thought it looked off. Then I was like, ah, I'm gonna turn back. Then I saw it a pad on the map. Alkin's unorthodox practice of turning life essence to raw arcane force was not met with much enthusiasm at the Gildam Arcanum. +2 to Bone Harvest. It's one-handed scepter. But he could turn raw life essence, turning life essence into raw arcane force. Cool. Here's something. Avatar Modrogen.
Have you come to pay your respects, mortal?
Greetings, mortal. Your efforts to restore my shrine in Astrachan have convinced me that you're the one I need. Will you assist me in an urgent matter threatening this region? How are you in 2 places at once? This is but mere manifestation of my present avatar. Project myself in multiple places is a trivial matter. Tired of your insults and arrogance. Not introduced myself to engaging with you, mortal. Not this time. More important matters draw my attention. Will you assist me in this matter or not? Not interested. But your efforts to restore my shrine in Astrakhan, and then threatening you to a fight. Yeah, I'm sure that really encouraged you. I'm sure that gave you plenty of faith in me. Here, let me just summon in 3 more scowies. What do you ask of me? When my attention turned elsewhere, I must turn to you to assist me in cleansing a once sacred place. The savage wilderness of the ancient grove is dear to me, but with the recent calamities become corrupted by the very forces you battle against. Ethereal and chthonic taint, no trends to overwhelm the fragile ecosystem within, and spill forth into the surrounding environment. Deep within the grove and the heart of the forest, once proud guardian has fallen to the infestation. Should it escape the confronted grove, it would wreak unimaginable destruction upon your people. Though it pains me to say it, falls to you to enter the grove and dispatch this once magnificent creature. Will you deal with this threat? I'll deal with your problem. I get a skeleton key for doing so. Oh, is the ancient grove that kind of place? Alright, in that case, big boy, I'm gonna leave this here for a bit. I feel very nervous about trying to do those dungeons. I do not feel ready for them in the slightest. Any of them. Even the Steps of Torment that I've done. Okay, we have to head up north. I just noticed that bit there now. Did not expect to run into Modrogen again. You know, in some ways, due to the wiki being so light on details, it's actually beneficial, because I didn't know he turned up in Ugdenbog. Again, random statues. And random ghosts. Okay, it doesn't count towards these. I can't remember what faction hated the undead. Okay. And the rovers don't give a damn about these undead either. So the undead don't care about the undead beasts, nor do the rovers. Does Homestead? Oh wait, these are just beasts.